Hello, my beautiful rainbow people. Welcome back to the Pot Smokers Bible channel and my prophetic news. Hi, my name is Zion, and I am the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, the prophet foretold in the 54th chapter of the book of Isaiah. And this is my prophetic news program where I tell you how today's current news feed plays into prophecy. And today, we're going to discuss the GOP and their plans, what they're doing, where it's leading, and how it is prophetic. Now, the GOP are behind, not the GOP itself, but Trump and Putin are together behind the infrastructure hacks that are going on right now. Because while he was in office, Trump was feeding Putin all of this information so that they could institute the coup if necessary. Now, their original plan, of course, was to take over the media, the fake news, make them a propaganda machine, and become a new Nazi Germany. That's Trump's dream. Putin doesn't care what Trump wants to do with America as long as Putin is pulling the strings. So, they have already hacked into enough of our infrastructure so that on the day of the great coup, which is probably coming really soon, they can shut everything down. The ransomware was just a cover to get into the infrastructure so that they could do a massive hack of all of the major infrastructure that they can get their hands on the day of the coup, shutting everything down. And then all of the soldiers for Trump are going to overthrow the military, take over the military, and force the coup from, it's like, just like they did on January 6th, holding off the military or government aid to allow the insurrectionists to take over the Senate. But it didn't work because they didn't have the authority necessary. So, the same thing is going to happen this time. They're going to fail because the government, the minute the coup happened, all the suspicions of the military were confirmed. And every person that they've been watching over the course of the last 4 years go for Trump, they know who you are, dude. Woman. They know who you are. And as soon as you try, you will be knocked down. Because you don't have the power. So, there's going to be a coup. And what's going to happen is the white supremacists are going to go after my beautiful rainbow people in the cities. They're going to shut everything down. And they're going to try to corner them. And they're going to try to take over the government. Because they want to reinstate Nazi Germany. That's who they are. Trump follows in Hitler's footsteps. All those rallies that he has look at Hitler and his rallies and Trump and his rallies. There you go. So, our new Hitler is going to attempt to take over the government. He's been trying for the last 4 years. But he is not as good at he's not as smart as Hitler was. So he didn't stand a chance. He's just a Putin puppet. Dressed up in Nazi guys. but they're going to fail. But see, they're going after the infrastructure because they hate everybody who's not them. So they're going to shut everything down. And you're going to be forced to abandon the cities. Because once everything shuts down, you got no food. You have no electricity. You're sitting in a cesspool of poison. And once the fans stop circulating the air, the poison is going to settle to the breathing air, the breathing area. And if you stay in the cities, you'll literally die of poison. So you will abandon the cities. And when you abandon the cities, you'll come to me. So the coup is the destruction of America. Because they're not only going to go after the government to try to overthrow the government and instate a Nazi regime, but they're going to try to kill as many of my beautiful rainbow people as possible in the meantime. Because we scare the hell out of them. There are too many of us. Just as there were too many Hebrews in Egypt. Good thing I'm around. Because it's my job to be the Moses of our age. To walk in his shadow. Defend my beautiful rainbow people from our enemies. And to hold that solemn assembly. And to bring God to earth. Which is what we're going to do. When you all get here. That is what the prophecy says. That is what the news feast says. Because they're saying that these hacks of, the food chain, the oil chain, all of the chains, the health chain. If you look over the course of the last 4 years, they've hacked everything. And they're going to do a super hack on the day of the coup. Everything's going to get shut down that they could get their greedy hands on. And they're playing right into my hands. They're doing exactly what God wants them to do. Getting my people together so that they can come rescue us from our enemies, the white supremacists, and the corporate police state. There are 3 sides to America right now, not 2. It's not the Democrats versus the Republicans. It's the Democrats, the Republicans, versus the people. The people are caught in the middle of this 2-sided war of politics that they wage at the behest of the corporations. So, where are you going to land on the great day of visitation? When, as they say, the shit hits the fan. Now, I'm thinking 4th of July, because that is the next date where America celebrates. I mean, it's the date where America celebrates its freedom. And all of the Nazis all the trumpets, the Trumpetiots, the Nazis, believe that they are no longer free. That Biden has taken away their freedom, made us into a socialist state. Therefore, on the 4th of July, it would be the most logical day for QAnon and Trumpetiots, the Nazis, to try to take over America. But all they're going to do is set the stage for first contact and the creation of the nation, the foretold prophetic nation of Zion. My nation. My queendom. So, you guys need to prepare. If you live in a city, pack up and escape. It's like, do a prepper thing, okay? Look up online preppers. Take their advice. Prep everything you can for your big escape. And please, I beg you, bring the homeless with you when you come. Don't leave them there to die, okay? So I don't care if you have to bring those people screaming and kicking. I know I've got enough beautiful rainbow people out there who are strong enough to take a frail, tortured soul and rescue him from the devastation that the United States of America has wrought on that person's life. So please, prepare. Because if I'm wrong, all right, you bought an extra couple of things. Big deal. Life will go on. Call me a fool, I don't care. But wouldn't you rather have that backpack packed with enough stuff to get you and your kids safely to Zion? Because Zion is your only hope. Because the alternative is a violent revolution. The Republicans are going to violently overthrow the United States of America. Or they're going to try. I don't believe that they're going to succeed. Because I think that Biden, who is, I don't believe Biden's a pedophile. I feel, when I look at Biden, I see an over affectionate old man, a grandpa. When I look at Trump, I see a disgusting pedophile who lusts after his own daughter publicly. If you can look at Trump and not see disgusting, vile, well then, God has deemed you unworthy of Him and led you to your own destruction. Because there are three things that are going to happen to the GOP over the course of the next few months if the coup occurs. Okay? Now, with or without the coup, we're going to see a large dying off of Republicans. They're all going to die of COVID-19. Imagine that. That they would gather in public without masks, refusing to vaccinate, and they expect to live? If you're not vaccinated, you're an attempted murderer because everybody you would potentially infect could die at your hand. And you're a fool. Because God was so loving that He provided you with a vaccine miraculously within the course of a few months. It wasn't really such a miracle because they started making the vaccine back when SARS was around. But only an idiot wouldn't think to look into such things. So you're going to die of COVID, or you're going to die in the attempted coup, or go to prison from it. Because a lot of people, everybody who survives the coup will go to prison. That's a given. Or you're going to be left with a shattered nation, which will probably end up in several nation states. Because I know there's going to be one big nation coming out of it. It's called Zion. It's the prophecy. And it's happening before your eyes. So may the great watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the uniform way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. If you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have a very important job coming up. I will get to that soon when we get to Zion. And I love you way too much to ever say goodbye. So I'm going to say later now.